Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It's Paula here from Ohana School of Massage coming on live. Wanted to share, if you've seen a couple of the live videos I've done before, you might have noticed that I have mentioned quite a few different things that we've changed with the program from our previous two class years to this class year. And one of them is to just help make sure our students have time to actually fully process the information instead of just cramming it and trying to get it done with. We've extended the program out as well as adding 50 hours of training. And so it makes it a 675-hour program instead of the 625 that it was originally. And one of those changes is also that we added a summer curriculum program and then a traditional school year curriculum program. And the reason for this is because that way, with the summer program, we can get our more intense subjects done with one at a time rather than trying to have our students flip from like analytical brain to feeling brain and analytical brain to feeling brain. And well, after we get into the program a little bit more, that transition gets a little bit smoother and a little bit easier. When we're first starting our program and we're learning a lot about the nuts and bolts of the anatomy and physiology and pathology of the human body, we wanted to give our students the opportunity to focus on only one of those subjects at a time so that it's more digestible, so that they're not overwhelmed and then lost throughout the rest of the program. And so I wanted to come on here live and share a little bit about how each of the two portions of the program are structured a little bit differently. And so the summer curriculum that will take place from June 5th until the end of August is online and at your own pace, which is really, really nice because if you're still working at a regular job or you have fun in the summer like many of us do, there's 10 hours of pre-recorded lectures and pre-recorded learning that you have to watch during the week and then take assessments and tests and whatnot. But those 10 lectures are done at your own pace and they're all pre-recorded. And then on my back end, I can obviously see that you're doing it and you can't unlock the next week's lesson until you finish this week's lesson. But what that allows students to be able to do is then also, if they're struggling with certain content, they can go back and watch it again to be able to see if they can understand it more thoroughly. The other thing that we do have is during the summer curriculum, for people who don't always get really they have other questions when they're doing online learning portions, is we do have weekly learning support hours, which I'm available either in the office or virtually, where if people do have questions about stuff or need more clarification or are struggling with a specific topic, I know historically the nervous system tends to be a little bit more intense for students, that they have one-on-one time with me still, even throughout the entire summer, that they can get access and have their questions answered as well. So it's not like we're just dumping a bunch of online information onto you and saying, good luck, Chuck, have a nice day. We really want to be interactive with it. And then also with the pre-recorded lections, there's comment sections where you can ask us questions and everything like that. Like I said, you're focused on one topic at a time, so you address the anatomy and physiology of the body first, and then August is dedicated to pathology, which is the study of disease and how it impacts us specifically as massage therapists. And that's what I really love about our anatomy and physiology and pathology textbooks, is they are specifically created for the massage industry, so they're really, really more geared toward manual, hands-on type of therapy, rather than some other anatomy and physiology textbooks, which can get either super, super sciencey or even more into chemical type of stuff, because we interact a lot with pharmaceuticals and we need to know the base knowledge of it, but we by no means need to have the depth of the circulatory system like a nurse would, for example. The other thing I did want to address is then once we come after Labor Day, we come in person in the classroom again. So that is Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's just 4 hours a day. It's 4 hours of class a day with an hour of breaks throughout the day. So you do get a lunch break because, again, there's only so much information we can take in before we're like, okay, I need a break now. And we really want to make sure our students are actually understanding and comprehending the work, not just rushing them through and giving them a certificate. So once we come live in person on those days, we address 2 topics per day. Again, we don't want to switch back too much and forth from one side of our brain to the other, but that really allows us to the first half of the day is generally geared towards massage techniques. So we start with introduction of massage, then we go into sports massage and pregnancy massage and clinical massage and these other types of massage. And then the second part of our day is either our career longevity class, where we get a little bit more into kinesiology and then specialty therapies throughout the program, where specialty therapies is like my personal favorite because that's where we get all the fun bonus parts of massage, where we learn about reflexology and myofascial release and craniosacral therapy and all these other like fun extra stuff. And then business and massage is also in the afternoon classes. And so we try to have the students kind of stay in that one, like more of the feeling side of the brain. And then in the afternoons, we kind of hybrid a little bit more. How do we hybrid the feeling and the touch and the movement with the analytical side of things as well? So we do have several days off throughout the program as well. We operate our program based off of the Hibbing School District schedule. And so if the Hibbing School District has a day off, we won't have class either. And then we have, for example, like the week between Christmas and New Year's off, and that kind of stuff, just to make sure that people have breaks to digest their information, but also make sure that you still have a family life. So often when people go back to school, especially when they're later on in life, they just go in and they go hard and they just end up overwhelming themselves and almost drowning in it. And then once you're done, you kind of like look around with glazed look in your eye and go, did I actually learn what I needed to learn? And so, like I said, our program is intentionally set at a little bit slower of a pace to prevent that kind of burnout happening during our massage education. Another thing that I did want to touch on is we do have over 50% of our in-person program is hands-on. And so we do a lot. We start with small amounts of massage at a time, where we start with 5, 10, 15-minute massages, and then we slowly work our way up to 1-hour massage. And again, that's a lot so that we're preventing burnout on the body, because if we take you from not doing anything to asking you to do a massage an hour at a time, your body is going to go, what are you asking of me? And so we'd like to be able to gauge that a little bit more to help our students just have that career longevity that a lot of massage therapists don't. And then finally, we do have 30 clinical hours where you are practicing on members of the public. These are predominantly done during class hours, but depending on class size, if we end up with the full 8 students, there will be some evening options available, and then we'll adjust hours accordingly. And this allows us to have real life practice with real life conditions, and because everybody's a little bit different, so we can get that kind of real life experience by practicing on members of the public. So long-winded answer of that's basically a day in the life of a student, online in the summer, in person in the fall and the winter, with it being northern Minnesota. Okay, guys. At times there might be inclement weather, and the glory of the COVID days and everything that has happened with us during that point in time is, within reason, it's relatively easy that if we have like a big snowstorm, for example, the one that's supposed to be coming at the end of this week, coming in, and it's going to be dangerous for our students to come in, as much as possible, we can shift some of our training to virtually. That won't be a regular thing because it's, in my opinion, almost impossible to teach effective touch through a computer screen. But we should be able to pivot and turn some parts of the program so that the students are still getting their hours of the program completed. They're still getting the education that they paid for, even if we do occasionally have to switch to a virtual format. So anyway, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments below, or reach out to me. You can call us. You can set up a one-on-one real informative meeting just to see if massage therapy really is the right career for you. Otherwise, I hope you all have a fantabulous Thursday, and I'll see you guys next time.